On? That's off. That's off. Doesn't really do anything. Represent. Anyways, I have a little message for my collective, for my people. A little special. I was meditating this morning. Got directed to read a little passage from this book that I have going on. In the thumbnail, it's called Life's Little Pleasures by George Hamilton, along with this handwritten message that I received this morning. And then also a quote from the Tao Te Ching. Tao Te Ching? I'm trying. Anyways, I claim to be no expert or of linguistics, you know. So I have no Halloween plans. None. But I have been feeling a severe amount of burnout because I've been doing a lot at once. And I've needed to come home to myself and literally just put down my phone, park it outside of my room for a while, and come to center. And I finally got the chance to do that this morning. It's 2:22 on the clock right now. So I finally got the chance to do that this morning with no interruptions. Nobody needed me. No fires needed to be put out. Just me and the thin ass veil. So I thought I would come here and share this message with you and the roundness of this message. We are leading up to the full moon in Taurus. It's Scorpio season. Right now the moon's in Pisces. It was just in Aquarius. We have a lot of stress in Pisces right now at the final degrees where Neptune and Saturn are sort of hanging out during their retrograde, and it'll be like this until February. I have felt overloaded, like too many things pulling me in different directions. It's hard to switch from gear to gear to gear, from task to task, and I've been needed in several different tasks. Well, hello. So I'm having this moment to myself finally where I don't even have my phones in my room. I have nothing to distract me. I started auto writing and then I went into a deeper meditation once I was done with this. But this is how I started. So I let go of all my expectations to fall back into a routine. I am creating a new routine. This routine is more creative because it's based in the flow state. The things that feel like they lead to nothing right now are actually building you up. Keep following your excitement. There is more to all of this than meets the eye. The doors to the past have shut. Don't turn around. And I was getting this image of Lot's wife, for she in the Bible, it's a mythology story where her body turns to salt as they're fleeing this place that's about to get nuked. So it says, continuing on my message, presence over anything, being in the moment before anything. Prioritize this in your mind, being here now. Panic and what is it? What did my own handwriting say? Panic and die. Panic and you'll die. Controlling anything buries you deeper. I was seeing quicksand. Program your nervous system to adapt. These are little planetary snapshots in phrases, and I don't know how to explain that to anybody right now. It's just something I do with intuition and energy. At the end, we're talking about things ruled by Pluto and Aquarius. We have a little Neptune and Saturn in Pisces. with the routines, the flow state, things that might be in the moment feeling like a diversion from your desired routine are actually building you up as you go. Yes. Hello, everybody. I don't even know who's still watching, but yeah, I tend to get into these moments where I need to focus on what I say. So, Life's Little Pleasures is a book that I was introduced to by some of my friends, and we were just having a moment trying to extract the most out of life. And his book came into my consciousness while we were sitting and reading this together. We would make cocktails and smoke cigarettes. This was when I was like 18, 19 years old. And then then I kept going, like as far as life, whatever. This was their book when we were reading it together, and then I bought this later. It's out of print now, but this is, I promise, it's all gluing together. So, are you going to tap into that pool of stillness that resides within, from which everything that animates you originates? Buddha, Christ, Lao Tzu, and Shakespeare all have said the same thing. It's really all about you. When are you going to spend a few moments being grateful for everything you do have instead of whining about everything you don't? When are you going to remember that a prayer is not some sort of wish that you hand over to God, by the way, to fill out an order form, the J. Crew catalog? Prayer is about having the grace to transcend your circumstances, not asking for a ticket out of them. You really discover who you are when your back is up against the wall. That is when you find out if you've been learning the lessons you were supposed to learn. And he goes on about Hollywood and how to deal with perception. Hollywood is a state of mind. One of the secrets of the game is that it's all about perception, yours as well as that of the people that surround you. For me, reality grew out of that notion. I spent many years collecting bits of other people's personalities and weaving them into George Hamilton before I stopped and tried to figure out who George Hamilton really was. One of the keys to longevity is that I have never taken myself too seriously. Also, I have always had incredible faith and a strong spiritual background. I believe in gratitude, and I believe living in the moment and trying to remain positive. So when you're in the middle of being pulled multiple directions at once, how do you stay out of panic? How do you quit trying to control that? And how do you quit trying to turn around and seek old routines in the middle of creating a new one? You allow excitement to override your fear because your brain, in science, it says you cannot hold the two concepts of fear and excitement at the same time. You can literally choose how to feel. So, Scorpio is about digging deep into the guts, the ugliness, the shit of life. And sometimes, especially in the face of an EBT withdrawal for people who need help eating in this country, it's fucking scary right now. Right in the face of November, our biggest Hollywood. Oh my god, I just looked at this fucking book. Biggest holiday, Thanksgiving. I let go of my expectation to fall back into a new routine. I am creating the new routine. The new routine is more creative because it's based in flow state, and I can't think of anything more abundant than the flow state. Since we're talking about having things on the table, we have to perceive things in a way when we are faced with two doors. I always say this. We have door number 1 and door number 2. We don't really realize that door number 3 really even exists. But when we turn our attention to more possibilities, because This is literally, I've explained it before. This is the fulcrum to the scales of balance. We're in the middle of such emotional upheaval, such stress, such change with the planetary alignment in Pisces with Neptune and Saturn. We're literally finding this sensation of we need to do something, but we might be overwhelmed by it at the same time. We can't feel the bottom. We feel like it's too big of an assignment, too many things going on, too many people needing us, spread too thin, too many voices in our head, too much psychic interference. And this is the kind of things that we need to do to find our center, is embrace the yin yang. I know it's cliche, but it really is the only way to get through all of these bumps that we cannot control. There's things in life that we can feel coming, but we can't really brace against. The only thing we can do is hone our energy in, because when we're in survival mode, we will waste vital resources if we don't meter our energy. Pretend you're in the forest. You've lost gas in your car and you're trying to figure out shelter. Hello. Nice to see everybody. Happy Halloween. We're doing some channeled messaging, and I might pull a couple tarot cards too. Keep following your excitement. There's more to all this than meets the eye. Every time you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, like you keep being diverted, and this thing that's diverting you feels like a waste of time. The more you find your excitement in all of this, the more of a neutral mind state you can hold. The more you conserve your energy and the less resources you use, and the further you'll get, because this is going to be 4 months of this. 4 more months of feeling like the waves crashing over your body and you're getting turned in the water. 4 more months. So I'll get this quote from the Tao Te Ching. It's verse 15. The ancient masters were profound and subtle. Their wisdom was unfathomable. There is no way to describe it. All we can describe is their appearance. They were careful, as someone crossing an iced-over stream, alert as a warrior in enemy territory, courteous as a guest, fluid as melting ice, shapeable as a block of wood, receptive as a valley, clear as a glass of water. Do you have the patience to wait till your mud settles and the water is clear? Can you remain unmoving until the right action arises itself? The master doesn't seek fulfillment, not seeking, not expecting. She is present and welcome in all things. Presence before anything was part of this message. Back to this. What was George saying again? He said, so are you going to tap into the pool of stillness that resides within, from which originates everything that animates you? Buddha, Christ, Lao Tzu, and Shakespeare all said the same thing. It's really all about you. When are you going to spend a few minutes being grateful for everything that you do have, instead of whining about everything that you don't? So panic and die, controlling anything buries you deeper. You can turn this into a dance of ecstatic joy if you want to. Suffering is a choice. Suffering is a choice right now. I'll show. That was the channeled message from today. There's the date. In America, we read it 10/31/25. So finding our center, finding joy in what we do have. What did Lao Tzu say that I loved so much? Do you have the patience to wait until your mud settles and the water is clear? Can you remain unmoving until the right action arises by itself? You've got to let the cork float. Let's get a little 3-card message. Spirit of angels, truth, love, light, and benevolent darkness. What else do we need to know today that might round out this special little Halloween message? About stillness, is being powerful, especially in your mind while everything else is chaotic. Things might be full of drama. Mercury retrograde is about to start too. Keep this in mind. If you think we've gone deeper than you've wanted to lately, it's gonna only continue until we're fully reintegrated. Adaptation is going to be the only way we really get through this, not rigidity. So, how y'all doing? How's your Halloween? What's your sign? Tell me in the comments. I only have tarot on my menu as far as my service menu, but I really, really, really still love astrology. I just don't do it professionally like that anymore. I teach tarot on Facebook in a Facebook group for astrology shit posting only. You guys should come join if you like astrology. Anyway, spirit of angels, truth, love, light, benevolent darkness. Please protect my energy while my ego steps away during the duration of the reading. Please help this reading be for our highest good only, and that our highest good squeezes out any negative energies that want to be confusing, misdirecting, time wasting. Show us what our evolution really calls for right now. I'm going to do 3 cards. It's for the October 31 message. You needed to see this today. Whoever's watching this, you needed to see this today. You can see I almost never go live on YouTube anymore. This was special. The energy is very special. Although I'm going to start doing it more often. We have 2 4s. Things are changing. Rest. The card of rest. 4 of swords. There's really, the only thing you can do is rest your mind. More than anything is what this is called for. Sanctuary isn't just physical rest. If it was just physical rest, we would have gotten a different card. This is of the mind. 4 of swords. Sorry, that was 4 of swords. 4 of wands. My dad's watching TV really loud. Sorry about that. Sounds like they're having a crescendo. We have the 4 of wands. This is the stabilized energy. Both of these are both stabilized energy. This is just waiting it out, kind of blinking your mind, fully, almost unconsciousness in a way, like repair, hard boot repair. This is another 4. This is hard boot towards stability. This is kind of what we're seeking right now. This is what we're building at the same time, and also what's feeling like it's falling apart. This is kind of a palindrome of a reading if you kind of look at it like both ways. We're ending on the Tower, major arcana, life changing moment, course correction. So we're changing our opinions about what we have control over. We're realizing that the stasis is healthy. Again, this is funny. The 4 of swords, perfect. I need to say the wrong one. 4 of wands. We know the wands to be about creativity, sexuality. They will call this the 1111 card sometimes because it can talk about a type of marriage. 2 two things unifying into one, multiplications. It feels really, really good to have this addition. So it feels like you couldn't stop this addition if you tried. Things things are just changing differently. So your whole crowd is going to change. The people that are around you that are supportive are swapping out from the ones that you had before, and there's nothing you can do to control that. Like you will notice that people are leaving your social circles, your contacts. High turnover rate. And it looks a lot like instability, unpredictability. You never really know somebody ability. But this is for the best. This is for the highest good. Let's get an oracle card. I mean, the tower sucks in the moment. Only because it feels very disruptive to what we thought was going to happen. The stability part, the predictability part, the who's got my back part. And we're also being advised not to do a damn thing about it. A set. Outdated thinking conditioning replaying events over in your head. And also we got the Four of Swords to give that a rest. Something's coming along to change our minds real fucking quick. If you think it's been hard to get your bearings, it's going to continue to advance. I want another clarity card for clarity about this tower. Are we going to be happy when the tower makes itself known? Everything's good. Everything's feisty. Everything's feminine. Everything, you know, being with your animals is very important right now, but you're also inhabiting this black cat energy which could take or leave a crowd anyways. And you wind up more in control of your passionate side because of this event. Are you ready to step into your full power yet? Are you really ready to look yourself in the mirror and be responsible for that much shit, but also be recognized for it? Wrong notebook. Yeah, this is crazy. Be scarce. You're about to pop off. I literally just said that. Be scarce. You're about to pop off. Withdraw from any social. That's you. Withdraw from any. Take extra rest. Withdraw from any social requirements. You might be getting invited to gatherings. Don't go. Don't go to big gatherings. If it feels too crowded, it's too crowded. Don't go to big gatherings. Use your sovereign energy. Use your passions. Kind of realize you're guarding your legacy here in a way with this tower. You really don't know. There's more to it than meets the eye. Watch this whole thing if you come back to it later, because there's a lot of moving pieces to this and they all seem to fit together. I also wrote down on this piece of paper this morning during my channeled message the Ho'oponopono prayer. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I let go of all my expectations to fall back into a routine. I am creating a new routine. This new routine is more creative because it's based in flow state. We know wands to be creation energy. disciplined, feminine, creative energy that pulls away from crowds that don't feed her energy. Outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. We're breaking away from some shit that we needed to get rid of a long time ago. So we're stepping into our power in unlimited ways right now. We just have to really, really allow ourselves to shine, to simultaneously shine while not forcing. Let people fall away if they must. Let the high turnover rate happen. Keep your nervous system. Adapt your nervous system. Program your nervous system to adapt. Do not panic and do not try to control anything. Let people come and go. This is creating stability. It might not look like it, but it is. Course corrections. New assignments. New reasons to live in the morning. Looks weird right now, but I promise it's going to start making sense. Don't look back. Full, adult, grown, predator energy, feminine, strengths, creativity, the best at your game, bougie. It's not cutthroat. You have no peers. You have no peers, so you can't engage in any competition because there's nobody to compete with your energy. So this is beautiful. We are resting in not only our adaptability in nature. What is the survival of the fittest but the ability to adapt? To be resilient is to be tender. So again, balanced masculine feminine polarity on the inside. Necessary. There's going to be disruption in your social circles, but you stay the same. Your quality of energy goes up the more you let people push themselves away from your energy. There's people who want to destiny swap with you, who will keep you stuck in a lower energy, a loop. Don't let it happen. Don't let your routine seeking drag you down either. Just kind of let it happen. Keep your nervous system calm. Drink your water. Get your minerals. Don't force yourself to be creative, but allow your creative energy to come through as a burst when it's ready. And like I said, this is predator energy. So you go from being at the bottom to the top, and don't be surprised when people don't like that. So sorry. Top of the food chain, baby. Happy Halloween. Let's see. But how do you end this fucking thing anymore? Like everything's changed. Hold on. Since we're still talking, I'm going to close the reading. But if you want to do a one-on-one reading with me, you can find me through my Stan store. I have it in several links. There's also suigenerousregenerate.com, just like this channel name. www.suigenerousregenerate.com. You can find ways to book with me through that. My ebooks have free and paid ebooks for offering different subjects. One's a fighting book, 7 fighting rules to maintain the love in your relationship and have healthy fights. And then ungirl bossing your cycle so that you don't tear yourself apart as a woman with the fluctuations of your mood and energy each month. So I offer a lot. The way the messages come through or the ways the messages come through. We do a lot of discussing on divine feminine energy, tarot cards, spirituality, mindset, fitness. So stick around, give me a like, share, subscribe if this hit. I love you guys. How y'all doing today? I hope you have a beautiful holiday, Samhain or Halloween, whatever you're doing tonight. Now I'm going to end this. I love you guys. No fade.